Well, hello everybody. I'm back. I had a few problems with the previous live stream, so hopefully you can see me now. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think the Pat Uman hit the wrong button. So if you're joining us, give us thumbs up, send us a quick message, let us know that you're there and that you are able to see us. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Whoops, Max. Whoops, Max. Whee! Yeah, jingle ball. Oops, you threw the ball. You threw the ball. All right. Oh, hi, Red Blue. Yeah, we actually had to restart the live stream. I think I hit the wrong button with my hand. I don't know what I was doing. So we're going to play a bit with some cups. Yeah, Max loves playing the game of cups. Hello again. Yeah, that is kind of embarrassing, isn't it, when you lose your live stream partway? So, not quite sure how long I was off the air, but I'd accidentally pushed a button and I seem to have lost a few people. So yeah, King of Cups here. What you got, buddy? What's inside? Oh, can you get that? Can you get that, buddy? Oh. Your chin. You got it. Yeah. You get it? Oh. You get it? What's inside? Yeah, some cups. How about cardboard? Yeah, that's a good crunchy piece of cardboard, isn't it, buddy? Hey. Yes, absolutely king of the mess. If you were here earlier when he was snacking, I had some newsprint down on the chair so that he would not make too much of a mess. Now he's chewing on the cardboard. And whoops, and over here I've got Tico, who you can see is munching away quite quietly. Just gonna see if I can zoom in here a bit, Tico. There we go, I can zoom. Oops, what you got? Yeah, that's the good stuff, isn't it? Is that a better zoom? Yeah, Tico knows he can hide a little bit behind this swing. He's not always a fan of the popper as the birdie, but he is a fan of the corn. Is that good? Eat your corn. I definitely don't put them on the same perch. They get along, but better from a bit of a distance. They'd probably get a little bit jealous on the same perch. The big perch tree that Tico's on, I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit. Oops, I zoomed in really well. Whoa, there we go. You can see it's got a really, really tall perch. It has a number of links. It has a swing. It has the bottom catchment area where there's some toys, some food. There's a couple of bowls. No water bowl right now because Tico's been really good at tossing those bowls. The top perch up here did not come with the play stand. It was just a wire to hang toys from. And of course, Tico wanted to keep going up and play with that wire and hang on it. And a friend of ours, Jeff from Einstein, Talking Texas Parrot, actually helped us out and sent us a perch that we could snap on there. It was super, super appreciated. It's always nice to get treats, isn't it, Tico? Especially from your buddy. So Tico is now playing a little bit camera shy, which he always does. And I'm going to pop back over to Max. There we go. Get myself settled back in here. Now, as you can see, Max is holding on to the cardboard all by himself, having a good chew, enjoying himself. Iona says, Tico the board king. Tico's pretty good. He knows how to entertain himself. Actually, right now, Tico, scoot back, is now swinging. Is swing swing? Is that fun? He's had a snack. Now it's time to swing. And give the camera some stink eye. Stink eye on the camera is always a good idea, huh, Tico? Yeah, the setup here is just a little bit awkward. I've got them at different sides of the room. Hey, how's that, buddy? There, yeah, let's adjust that a little bit. That fun? That fun to chew? Yeah, it's definitely fun to chew. Hi, Einstein. I see you're back. Yeah, I don't know what happened to me there. I apparently did something to the stream, but I'm back. Yes, Maria, the flock have lots of toys. They enjoy playing with them. I'm just going to flip back to Tico. Tico, what do you think you're doing? You climbing around? I think you should climb up. You climb up, buddy? Come on. Climb up. Would you like an apple? Climb on up for an apple. Apple? Apple, not finger. There you go. Now what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to carry it over to your bowl. And you're going to eat with your back to me. Oh, that's not very polite. How's that? Yeah, that's better. All right, let's flip back around to Mr. Box. There you go, Max. You're doing a pretty good job with that. You know, you've already tossed a whole bunch of cardboard down. You're definitely keeping busy with the cardboard. Yeah, guys, once Max is finished with the cardboard, we'll see if we can get a box from him for you. Yeah, busy beaks are happy beaks. Max has a short attention span, but he loves to play, whether it's the cardboard, the jingle ball, the cups. I mean, he's just made a big mess of the room already, but that's part and parcel of having a bird. I gather small children are the same. They make a huge mess. Isn't that right, guys? Is that a good apple, Tico? Tico's watching me very carefully to see if I'm about to point the camera at him again. This would be cool if I could have two cameras running on a live stream at the same time. Need an extra hand, I think. Iona asks, can Tico talk? Iona, Tico can talk, but Tico only talks when he has something important to say. You know, he likes to call himself His Grayness. It's a title he prefers. He can say hello. He can drip like a tap when he's thirsty. Usually that's asking for water. He can say, come here, come on up. And he actually has a fairly broad vocabulary that he's developed to use. One of the funniest is when he decides to say whisper, or its close relative, whisker. And he'll usually use that when Max gets too noisy. Suddenly I have an African Grey telling Max to whisper and to be quieter. But there you go. Yeah, it's hard to see you behind that cardboard. Are you building a fort? A cardboard box. Killer Katie, that is funny. Yeah, we'll ask him if he's got a box a little bit later on. It's always great to see so many of you joining us for the live streams. It is kind of fun, and it's definitely fun to watch, fun for the birds. I mean, Max just loves playing. Tico's having fun too, but of course he's a bit more in the background. What do you think, Max? Is that good? Now, one thing I do with the live streams is I end up holding the camera by hand, which is a little bit more of a hassle, but that's okay. I really should think about getting a tripod for the cell phone camera if I'm going to do more of these. But, you know, I think, you know, we've agreed that we're going to try and run the live streams weekly, and indoors or out depending on the weather. If you were here at the beginning, on our first attempt to live stream, we discovered that the patio was kind of chilly this morning. It was only 10 degrees. Hey, Max, I don't want you standing there. Your beak's going to get confused. Come on back up. Come on back up. Come on. Oh. You're going to eat the small pieces? Will you just be really careful there, okay? I don't want you chewing on my leather chair. Yeah, Max tends to make that nice snuffly sound when he's sort of doing anything that resembles nesting. Yeah, apparently he did not chop the cardboard small enough the first time around. It's quite funny. Max loves to chew cardboard when he's outside of his cage, but when he goes inside of his cage, he will ignore the cardboard. And what he wants to chew on the inside of his cage is newspaper. He'll hide underneath it. He'll shred it to bits. He'll stuff it underneath the bottom grate and then pull it up with a fist. You know, it just becomes this huge game for him. And he enjoys himself, so I mean, I'm not going to complain. What you doing there, bud? Don't you drop your apple, Tico? You're a big bird. You can go get it. Yeah, Max has been pretty good with the chair. I mean, the chair, it did pick up this chair when we moved into the new place, and it could use a little bit of a clean right now, but Max loves to sit on it. He loves to sit on it with me, and we've not had any major beak marks on it yet. There's a few claw prints on the chair arm, but I mean, it's not that expensive. It's from IKEA. I'm just keeping a close eye on his beak in case he gets a little bit too excited with his cardboard and decides to venture out to new materials. Iona says that she has a Moluccan cockatoo named Jasper who's scared about the camera. Yeah, cameras can sometimes be a little scary. Tico's not a huge fan of the paparazzi, the birdie. He does not like having that camera pointed at him, and sometimes just becomes a statue. Yeah, Killer Katie, right now, he's too busy to balk. Hey, what you got? That fun? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Red Blue Max is a Moluccan cockatoo. Angel says she is sipping a nice chilled wine and making risotto. Yes, cardboard is the perfect thing to shred. Come on back over here. Oh, that was Tico. Come on. Chair arm. Get back to the chair arm, please, Max. That's not the chair arm. You climb onto the chair arm, you can have the rest of the cardboard. Come on. Come on. Come on. Climb up. Are you just going to be a goose? Oh, you're going to be a goose, so you're going to give me a close-up. Well, Max, come on. Chair arm. I know you want that. Chair arm. That's not the chair arm. Chico. Okay, guys, I'm just going to put down the phone for 1 second. I just have to go and get Tico. He's thinking that right now would be a good time to make a run on Max's cage. He's being an absolute brat tonight. Here you go. Here you go, Max. I'm back. Yeah, and Tico is now back. He's standing on top of the perch, giving me the eyeball, thinking, well, I thought you weren't paying attention. I thought I might be able to check out Max's snack bowl. Yeah, you thought you'd get away with it, didn't ya? Yeah. All right, let's come back around to Max. And right there. There we go. Yeah, Max is definitely going after that cardboard. Started as a fairly large piece. Now it is just shreddies. What do you think, Max? Einstein, I bet you'd love to get your beak on that leather chair. Max has been really, really good about it, and he is supervised carefully when he's on the chair. He knows when I started the that he's not doing something he's not supposed to. Right now he's ignoring me because he is just going after that cardboard. But I mean, if he does get his beak on the chair, it's not the end of the world. I can replace the cushion. I can replace the parts of the chair, the frame. I mean, it's not that expensive. And that was a selection made, keeping in fact that I live with the Moluccan cockatoo, and the chair was going to be in the Moluccan's main room. So main floor here, I mean, I've got kitchen, I've got living room, I've got the cages and the play stands and everything else. Yes, Tico, I'm watching you. And Max is definitely having some fun here too. All right, he's busy. Let's flip back over to Tico. Oops. Yeah, Zoom's not cooperating really well right now. Red Blue asks if he's the only Brazilian in this live. I'm not sure, Red Blue. Any other Brazilians in live? Chime up in the comments and say hello to Red Blue. Hi, Borby. Glad that you could meet us. Jenny, yes, minds of their own, definitely. Tico's just hanging out here. And he's eyeing up Max, eyeing up the camera. He's not too sure about the live streams yet. Max, Red Blue, Max is male. Yeah, Max is really into his cardboard. Uh-huh. And Tico is sort of almost ignoring me. I think he's telling me he'd like me to open up the blinds so he can look outside. I closed them off just because the bright light would make it almost impossible if I pointed the camera in his direction. Oh yeah, that's stink eye for the camera. All right, back to Max. What you doing? Is that good? I bet you that's good. good, yeah. Yeah, I think Max has forgotten he's on camera. He's forgotten that the world exists. He's so into his cardboard right now. Oh, I know what I forgot when I put out snacks. I forgot the grapes. Oh, well, you guys can have some later. Maybe I'll post up a video on an InstaFlock, Facebeak, and Twitter of the grapes. What do you think, Tico? And Tico has now moved over to the front of the play stand and is giving me stink eye. He's really not sure about these live streams. Yeah. Yeah, you can see he's dropped some of his treats out of his bowl there. There's apple, there's corn. It's there if he gets hungry. Yeah, they are probably thinking, who won a grape? It's so good to see everybody joining us this morning. French Paul, super, super glad to see you this morning. Yeah, it can be an adorable stink eye, but Chico definitely is not a fan of the camera. And he's looking at me and he's trying to figure out how distracted I am and when he can make another run for Max's cage. Yeah, let's pop back over here and we have got Max busy chewing on the cardboard. Thanks, French Paul. Yes, Tico is a cutie. Tico's quite opinionated. Well, don't give me the baleful look, Tico. I'll get more treats later. Kind of busy there, Max. Oh, under fluffies. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that is tasty. Look at us go with the cardboard. Max, we're over here. Cardboard's getting pretty small. Yeah, it is. Angels asks, what time do you usually put Max to sleep, and does he ever refuse to sleep? Max usually goes to, I tuck him into his cage usually around 10 o'clock at night. And I'm still up and around, but I tend to head upstairs. You know, he's usually fairly quiet. He might play around. I mean, he sleeps when he wants to sleep. He also naps a fair bit during the day, especially in the afternoons. Pardon me. That's when I'm usually at work and I'm busy and he's entertaining himself. Even though I've been working from home, I've tried to maintain a bit of a schedule and ensure that the birds know that they need to entertain themselves. You know, whether it's nap time or quiet playtime, you know, they cannot rely on me being there 100% of the time. And if I ever go back to a formal workplace rather than working from home, that would be really, really tough on them, especially after this period of time. So I just make sure that we keep a bit of a regular schedule where they do have time inside the cage to entertain themselves. You know, they've always known how to entertain themselves. Tico. I'll show you what Tico's thinking about doing. He's looking at the ladder thinking about climbing down. Yeah, and Tico goes to bed usually about the same time. You know, sometimes Max will fall asleep a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'll be sitting down here. Yeah, that's right, Tico. Uh-huh. I'll be sitting down here and Max will just be, he'll be sitting in his cage and he'll pick up a foot and start getting a really, really long blinks. Yeah, you can see Tico's tail feathers here, or wing feathers, are beginning to grow back in. If you recall, a little while ago, Tico had a bit of a scare, and I came running down to Max, basically screaming out that there was an emergency. Tico was clinging to the side of the cage, and I heard him go for a bit of a flap. And at the bottom of the cage was all of the feathers, all of the flight feathers, all of the primaries from his left wing. This is obviously a little bit distressing for me, and he needed a little bit of cuddling and a little bit of attention after that. He was not very happy, but he just dropped them all, and there was one feather still hanging on that came off the next day, and most looked like they'd been dropped cleanly, but there were a couple that did not look too good. But something had obviously scared him. He'd maybe gotten a feather caught in a cage, side of the cage or something. Not quite sure, but as you can see, they are growing in quite nicely. And yes, Tico does have, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Too much. You can see there's a little bit of pink feathers there on Tico's back, so the gray's got a little bit of pink. He's always had a little bit of that, and it's kind of cool watching it come in. And one of the wing feathers that he'd lost was a really pretty one, and it had this red strip on it. All right, Tico. We're talking about your tail, not your tail feathers, your flight feathers. I know, how dare we? But Tico right now is big. Zoom out, there we go. Tico is looking at the ladder and sort of judging what kind of trouble he can get into. Yeah? Okay, let's pop back over to Max. There you go, buddy. What you doing? What you doing? So, looks like you've done a pretty good job on that cardboard. Thanks, French Paul. Pretty feathers and a beautiful red butt. Oh, Tango Elliott's here too. This is so cool to see everybody. I mean, we've got French Paul, we've got Tango Elliott, we've got Einstein, Iona, and so many others. Tico, don't even think about climbing onto the bottom. Come on, climb up. Climb up. Climb up. That's right. That's right. Said I didn't want to have to come over there. You're pretending you were not getting into trouble by climbing down to the floor? No, I said you needed to stay put today. Poor Tico. Okay, and Max. Look at you go. Look at you go. Oh. You know, it's amazing how entertaining it is to just watch him shred that cardboard and turn it into essentially nesting material. Yeah? Isn't that fun? He's getting into it a lot more than he was the other day outside, where he just wanted to shred the paper and peel it. Today, it's all about chewing the paper and turning it into smaller chunks. Did a few peels, but most of it was just chomping it down. And he's doing some quality inspection right now on the pieces. And now you understand why I sometimes leave the room with small pieces of cardboard stuck to my clothing. Because I won't get them all off the chair. I'll sit down in the chair, and next thing you know, I'm looking like a bird owner heading out. Now, I know in the chat we have a number of bird owners. Tell me this honestly. How many of you have ever gone out with that white splotch of doom on your clothing without realizing it? How many people has this happened to? Tell me in the comments below. Well, it's alive in the comments to the side, I guess. Hey. Yeah, I bet you it happens to a lot of people. I think the worst was I was going to a funeral and I had put a black blazer on the chair. Yeah, I believe in dressing properly for funerals. And I ducked upstairs to go get something I'd forgotten, and Max was out. Well, Max walked up to the chair, looked at the blazer, and decided that he had an opinion. He chewed off the buttons, put a hole in it, and took a crap on it. I actually had to stop at a store on my way to the funeral to buy a new blazer. I was not too impressed. Oh, under fluffies again. But I mean, I think it happens to us all. Yes, Tango Elliott says, Max, shred the evidence. That's right. That's right. Some rainbows from Iona. Actually, Iona, it is Pride Week in Calgary. So I'm going to shout out to anybody who is celebrating Pride. Happy Pride from the flock. Yeah? Isn't that right, Tico? Yeah. Hey. A quick scritchy? No, you're too busy for a scritchy. Yeah, look at you shred. Einstein Parrot says Marcia Mouse has. Yeah, I bet you got her good, Einstein. And you were sneaky about it. And she didn't even realize that her clothing had that splotch. It amazes me. Even though I've had parrots and actually I've had birds for, well, I'm not even going to say how many years because that will really date me. But, we're talking really early 90s when I first started with lovebirds. But I mean, why do I still own so many clothing that's black and will show off bird droppings to such great effect? It's a mystery. Yeah, the Green Bird says sure happens, and holes. Absolutely. Holes are the bane of parrot owners' existence. Tango Elliott says he was designing. Yes, Max certainly was being a fashion designer. Either that or a fashion critic. Hey, Max, Tango Elliott will give you $50 to put it back together. Max is thinking about it, and he wonders if it would count, Tango Elliott, if we took this video and ran it in reverse. Greenbird, yes, the dust looks better on black. Absolutely. And cockatoos, Moluccan cockatoos, are very dusty. Grays are pretty dusty too. I don't know if you just heard that, but Tico in the background said whisper. But grays are dusty, but Moluccan cockatoos, I mean, you touch them and let's see, yeah, I've got white powder on my hand right now. I mean, it is the bane of a parrot owner's existence. And, I will sweep up, I'll mop the floor regularly, but there's still white powder everywhere. And it happens. It's just normal for a bird. A healthy Moluccan cockatoo has lots of powder. Actually, it's what's so great about going outside and having the breeze go through Max's feathers is it helps keep some of the powder down. Although right now, if you look, he's in the middle of a bit of molt, and right there we've got some pin feathers. Yeah, he let me go after that one. He's ignoring me right now. Probably not the best time for me to be trying to preen him when he's in the middle of something, but are you having fun, Max? Yeah, and his tail's stuck up in the air over here. Is that fun, buddy? Now, Max, we've been live for a while now, and I'm thinking it's time for you to start thinking about what you want to say to the flock. It's a beautiful drip, Tico. Tico's got something to say. Let's see if we can get that on camera. Yeah, Tico's kind of being shy. Get a drip from you? Tico, that play stand was clean this morning. I know, you made a mess. Yeah, Tico's always pretty shy around the camera. But hopefully you heard him there in the background. All right, let's swing back to Max. And Max, right at, whoa, ultra close up. There's a big, big eye. Forgot I had the close up on. Zoom out, zoom out. There we go. Not quite what I was planning. Hey, Max. Hey, come on. Max, come on up. Go. Can you bark for me? Can we get a bark, bark, bark? Max, can we get a bark, bark, bark? I'm just going to sweep some of that off. Ah. What? What? Max, can I get a buck, buck, buck? Come on, Max. Come on. Come on up. Oh, hang a goose. Now, there you go. Can we get a buck, buck, buck? Can we get a buck, buck, buck out for you? Woo. Oh, what happened to your paper? Buck, 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 buck. Can we get a buck, buck, buck? Buck, 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 buck. That's right, Max. You're happy even though I removed all your paper, huh? Yeah. That was a great buck, Max. I'm super happy that you gave us a buck. Yeah. Yeah. And a close-up. But I would like to thank everybody for joining the flock today. Max appreciates it. He's glad to have shared snacks and jingle ball cups, shredding paper, and more snacks with you. He definitely had fun today, and I hope you guys did too. So we're going to try this again, same time, same place next week. If the weather cooperates, we will be out on the patio, but if not, we will stage ourselves indoors. And I'll try and get just a slightly better setup indoors so we can get maybe both Max and Tico online at the same time. Maybe just rearrange the room a little bit. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Einstein, just so cool to have you. Tango Elliott, Greenbird, Iona, Killer Katie, everybody here, French Paul, it's so good to have you. Okay, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.